Hey, it's Adrian, and today I have a fantastic pair of speakers. These are Edifier's MR3 studio monitor speakers, but don't let that fool you into thinking these are just for audio production or video editing. These can pull serious double duty for everyday listening, or if you're gaming and you need to hear every single footstep in great detail, these will do it for you and for less than the price of a pair of earbuds in some cases. These have outstanding clarity thanks to the high-res audio certification, and you hear those details and nuances in music that I thought I would have to always wear a pair of earbuds to experience, but you will get that with the MR3s. You can really fine-tune these for any type of listening experience. So you have the monitor mode when accuracy matters, you have the music mode for everyday listening. There's also a custom EQ mode, so you can really dial it in however you like. We also have Bluetooth 5.4 and multi-point functionality, so you can connect this to more than one device. So if you've been thinking of the MR3s or you're deciding between the MR3 and MR4, I would say just go ahead, get the MR3s. You will not be disappointed with the sound coming out of these, but let's take a closer look, and a big thanks to Edifier for sending these out for review. In the box, we have the Edifier MR3 powered studio monitor speakers. This is the active speaker and the passive speaker. There's a power cable, speaker connecting wire to connect both speakers together, 3.5 to 3.5 millimeter cable, and a 3.5 millimeter to RCA cable as well. The Edifier MR3s look beautiful, so I have it in this white version, but it also is available in a black version as well. So this is the active speaker, and it's a little bit heavier than the passive speaker here. So this comes in at around 2 kilograms or 4.4 pounds. And then the passive speaker comes in at around 1.8 kilograms or 3.9 pounds. The build is mostly an MDF cabinet or body on here. And then we have the two drivers capable of 18 watts total output per speaker. So we have this 3.5 inch driver for mids and lows, and then there's the 1 inch tweeter at the top for highs. And notice that it has that dimpling pattern or effect on here, and this is to help reduce, unwanted distortion and resonance for just better sound dispersion. We also have an aux input and headphone out, and whenever you connect a headphone here, it's just going to cut all sound coming from the speaker. There's also a knob, and you could long press this to turn it on or turn it off. You can also switch music modes with this, and of course volume adjustment, and we have hard stop increments here, along with an LED indicator light for Bluetooth status and to let you know which sound mode you're in. The bottom of the speaker has very large type of foam-like feet to help reduce vibrations and to help keep the speakers planted. The rear of the active speaker has the rest of the inputs. So we have a Bluetooth button here with a tactile press. This lets you put these speakers into Bluetooth pairing mode. Now this is running Bluetooth 5.4 and it is capable of multipoint. So you can have these hooked up to your phone and your desktop, or your desktop and a tablet. There's also the acoustic tuning knobs. So the high knob helps to cut or boost frequencies above 10 kilohertz by plus or 6 dB. And then we have the low knob, which helps cut or boost frequencies around 125 hertz by 6 dB. It does show that in the Edifier Connects app, you have a couple of additional settings, but I'll review those later. We also have TRS balanced inputs, RCA unbalanced inputs, and then we have speaker out. So this is where you'll use the included speaker wire to connect it to the passive speaker. And this is where you would plug it into the wall to power everything. And we also have that high-res audio certification. The passive speaker has the same two drivers on the front. We also have those feet at the bottom, and then if we look at the rear, we only have inputs to connect that connecting speaker cable wire. Here's a quick look at the specs. Feel free to pause or jump ahead to the next section. I've powered on the Edifier MR3s, and I'm now going to pair them by Bluetooth to my Samsung Z Fold 6 and S24 Ultra. So I'm going to go ahead and press the Bluetooth button at the back and make sure I have the flashing LED indicator lights at the front, which I do see. So I'll go ahead and hit scan since they are in pairing mode, and I can see it right here. So Edifier MR3, I'll go ahead, hit pair right there. And I could see it's connected for audio, and I did hear it kind of chime in, letting me know it's connected. I'll repeat the same process for the Z Fold 6. Let's demo that multi-point functionality. I'll start playing music on the first phone. Second phone. The Edifier MR3s are now connected in the Edifier Connects app, and I really like that it's showing the white version of the speaker since that's what I have. I like that attention to detail. Now under sound effects, it's set to monitor. If I tap into that, I can switch from monitor, which is going to be the most neutral and accurate reproduction. Then I can go into music for kind of everyday listening, and I can go into customize, and if I tap on that, this is where I can adjust the EQs. Now you can see if I tap on the knob, it's going to jump from customize to monitor, music, back to customize. So you actually have that control with this knob by just pressing it in. Now what you don't have is this option for acoustic tuning. So I showed on the rear of the active speaker, we have knobs for high and low. So we can go ahead and switch this from 20 Hertz all the way to 100 Hertz for the low cutoff frequency, and then the slope from 6 dB all the way up to 24. And then for acoustic space, again, we can make adjustments from 0 to 4 dB. And then desktop control, you can turn that off if you're going to be placing these speakers on your desk. You can also see the current volume level, so it's set to 22, and you'll get a real-time display as you adjust the volume up or down. If we jump into the full settings, we can take a look at the firmware version, access the user manual. You can turn off the prompt tones for Bluetooth connection. You can also power off the speakers and reset everything to factory. In the monitor mode, you're gonna get clean, pristine audio reproduction. And coming from other computer speakers, they now sound like mud after I listen to the MR3. It's like not even in the same league. The type of sound coming out of these compared to, kind of traditional desktop speakers. But I really wanna stress that even though these are billed as having a flat frequency response, especially if you're using them in the monitor mode, don't think that these can't give you a very fulfilling listening experience if you switch it to the music mode, because these can deliver amazing bass. You get good bass thump, good resonance, especially with all of the tuning options that you have. These also get really loud, so we have 36 watts RMS, and I haven't needed to come, even like say 70% of the max volume on these. These are loud enough just at around the 60 to 70% range for me. I listened to a ton of different music on these to really put them through the paces, and I was not let down. Now I listen to a lot of vocal prominent songs because it's just something I really prioritize, and vocals were clean, crisp, and without excessive sibilance. And that's something where a lot of speakers fail or they don't do a good job, and these are just a perfect balance of that. I'd say the sound is a bit more on the warm side with the right amount of forward treble, and like I showed earlier, you can really fine-tune these with the knobs and on the Edifier Connect app to really get them exactly how you want them to sound, because you could get good bass resonance and a nice thump once you have them sitting on your desk. In actuality, these really are pulling double duty. Don't be put off by the flat frequency response description, because yeah, you can get that if accuracy matters. You're going to be using these for audio production, video editing. But if you just want kind of a set of daily listening speakers, these will do it. Once you put it into music mode, it boosts the frequencies very tastefully. It doesn't do it, to a significant detriment of that kind of clean sound signature that you're getting out of these. And if you're a gamer, but you love listening to music just as much as you love gaming, just like me, and you have, gaming speakers, don't even bother with those. You can easily get these, connect them wired mode. You're not gonna have any type of latency, and you'll hear a lot of detail in any game you're playing. Now, I know I can't really portray just how powerful these sound or just how great the clarity is on here, but I'm gonna try with a couple of sound clip demos right now. Now, I didn't use the MR4s to say how they compare to the MR3s, but I will say that I am not let down by the MR3s in any way. I don't think I'm missing out on much, but here's a couple of areas where they differ. If you've been on the hunt for a great pair of speakers, I would say just go out and get the MR3s. You're not going to be disappointed. They tick so many boxes. If you're going to be using these for audio production, video editing, or if you just want a great pair of speakers for everyday listening that's going to give you pristine audio, great clarity. I've been spending so much time with the MR3s just kind of re-listening to a lot of songs that I didn't listen to for a while, because I'm hearing so much detail and clarity. Like, it's kind of like rediscovering songs for the first time almost. It's like breathing new life into them, because my previous computer speakers were just doing a huge disservice every time I was using them. And if you get these, I think you're going to feel the same way like I do. And it makes me sad to actually stop listening to music and having to turn these off to actually focus on work, because they just sound so fantastic. So yeah, I can easily say ditch your old computer speakers, get the MR3s. You have Bluetooth 5.4, you have Multipoint, you have a bunch of different inputs. You can tune these exactly how you like. So if you're interested in picking them up or learning a bit more, I'll leave some links down below. And if I have any type of coupon codes, I'll leave those down below as well. And can I ask a huge favor? Would you mind liking and subscribing? It truly does help me out as a small and growing channel, and I truly do appreciate every one of you who watches my video, and I hope to see you in the next one soon.